Hi, I'm your host, Larissa Worstiak. Through this podcast, I aim to empower and inspire jewelry entrepreneurs and innovators so they can thrive by doing what they love. I'm passionate about digital marketing for jewelry brands, and I'm excited to share my passion with you. This is episode 101, and today I'm going to share something spooky in honor of Halloween. I'm going to discuss the jewelry marketing vampires and how they can drain you of your time and money if you're not careful. But before we get to all that, I wanted to share some marketing related news and insights from the past week that caught my attention. I've been sharing a lot of articles about influencer marketing recently, and I do have one other from BBC. In the UK and in the US, influencers must disclose when they're being compensated by a brand, whether that's with money or with free product. However, not all influencers adhere to those standards. So in response, Instagram is going to start cracking down on influencers who don't disclose their paid brand partnerships. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're going to work with an influencer for your jewelry brand, do work with someone who follows the rules and best practices, because their oversight or lack of professionalism could end up damaging your brand reputation in the long run. Deloitte Insights recently shared their top marketing trends for 2021, and I kind of love them, especially their number one trend, which is purpose. According to the article from MarTech today, quote, "Flourishing brands will be those that know why they exist and who they are built to serve," end quote. One of the first things I ask when I work with a new client is, what is your why? And I can't take credit for that question because that comes from Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why. If you haven't taken the time to really dig into this question, then Q4 is really an excellent time to do that, so you can get clear on your mission, vision, and purpose and be fully prepared for the year ahead. Is your e-commerce channel as optimized as it should be? Is your website ready for holiday? According to an article from MarTech Series, quote, "New benchmark data from ACI Worldwide revealed a projected 27% increase in global e-commerce transactions over the holiday period, October 2020 through December 2020, end quote. Experts are anticipating unprecedented shopping activity online. While this does present really great opportunities for jewelry brands with e-commerce channels, it also presents some challenges, more specifically a vulnerability to fraud. In preparation for the holiday, you'll not only want to make sure your site is fun and easy to shop, but also super secure. Just some things to remember for the upcoming few weeks. If you want to get the links to the articles that I share in this segment of the podcast, you can sign up for my email newsletter by visiting joyjoya.com/sign up, and you'll get a digest with the links whenever a new episode drops. Okay, let's get to that spooky stuff. So in celebration of the Halloween holiday, I'm going to shock you with something scary. The worst jewelry marketing vampires of them all. They drain you of all your time and money, even when you think you're doing all the right things with your marketing. These vampires can eventually make you even lose faith in marketing. So you think twice before you try new marketing initiatives in the future, which will only hold you back from growth. Once you're aware of these vampires and you know how to identify their energy-sucking power, you can take steps to avoid them and use your marketing budget and time more efficiently. You won't need garlic or a wooden stake, but you will need a vision and a plan. You'll also need the confidence and fortitude to stand up to them as you face all the challenges associated with growing your jewelry business. So vampire number one, who is he? Unplanned marketing decisions. According to a 2019 study from Outbound Engine, 50% of small business owners don't have a marketing plan, and 25% of respondents are unsure of how they plan to grow their businesses. That's pretty scary. As a result, these business owners are making marketing decisions by the light of the full moon. When you make marketing decisions in a rash way, you're likely not connecting your decision to any sort of overarching strategy or plan. As a result, any success that you do happen to derive from your last minute decision will be lucky and not earned. Even if you don't have a significant marketing budget, you should still have a 6-month plan that describes how you're going to invest that budget and what you hope to achieve with your investment. Let's meet vampire number 2, indecision. A state of indecision is almost as scary as the impulse to make decisions without a strategy or plan. Indecision usually stems from fear or worry that a marketing plan might not work out or that it's stretching the budget too far. I've seen many jewelry business owners remain stagnant because they're not sure that their next step is really the right one. However, in the midst of all this indecision, they morph into creepy corpses, never evolving. You won't learn anything about your customers, your business, and your brand if you don't take the next step, even if you have to walk slowly like a mummy. You might make mistakes, but you can always learn something new and then course correct for the future. Let's meet vampire number 3, the Hail Mary marketing move. Vampires are typically repelled by some religious symbols, but your quote Hail Mary or any last-ditch effort to make something positive happen for your business isn't going to save you from their bite. A Hail Mary is usually a decision that's made out of desperation. If your business is doing poorly, but you haven't had the time to remain consistent with your marketing, you may decide to execute a grand gesture, like spend thousands of dollars on Facebook advertising as an all-in effort to boost customer acquisition. However, marketing is definitely a long game, and your Hail Marys aren't going to help your business regain its footing in the marketplace after any period of neglect. Let's meet vampire number 4, fickleness. For many brands, evolution is common and natural. Of course, as you learn more about your own brand, your unique value proposition, your customers, you will grow and evolve to step into your brand identity confidently and just understand more about yourself. If you keep striving to keep evolving, then you have an advantage over vampires since they remain the same over the course of their eternal lives. So you're one step ahead. However, you have to remember that fickleness is not the same as evolution. Fickle jewelry business owners actually are the ones who can't seem to feel confident about any marketing decision that they make. So they're constantly changing their minds not in a way that's akin to evolution. Instead, they're just throwing stakes at their vampires to see what sticks. In marketing, you have to make one confident decision after another and then follow through with each decision until you have evidence to believe that it's no longer the best decision. Only then should you change course. Let's meet vampire number 5, ignoring the data. Now, more than ever before, brands have access to all the data they could ever want. If you're not frequently reviewing the data that's relevant to your short-term and long-term goals, then you could be missing clues, milestones, and signals. You probably wouldn't drive across the country for the first time without a map. So why should you be trying to steer your business from point A to point B without any guidance? Data is the only aspect of marketing that's based on science and fact. Without data, you're just making guesses based on blood and gut feelings, leaving you exposed to the vampire's insatiable hunger. Let's meet the last vampire, vampire number 6, nailing your coffin. You've nailed your jewelry business's own coffin when you are sure you know what your customers want without actually taking the time to listen to what your customers want. I've spoken to so many jewelry business owners who have put themselves in a very tight box without ever asking themselves in an honest way, is this box even right for me and my jewelry products? For example, you may be so convinced that your jewelry appeals to one type of customer when in reality, you're missing a whole market that's actually more appropriate for you. Or you may be making products that you personally like, but that don't actually appeal to the customers you're targeting. Always be open, curious, and willing to change when necessary. Jewelry marketing vampires are for sure scary, but you don't have to succumb to their vicious bite. Attract fewer tricks and more treats by paying attention to the vampires I just described. Do you have questions or comments? You can always email me, Larissa, that's LARYSSA @joyjoya.com with your thoughts and feedback. I love to hear from you. Have a happy Halloween. And as a reminder, my new book, Jewelry Marketing Joy, is now published and ready to ship. If you'd like to learn more about the book or to order a copy for yourself, you can visit joyjoya.com/book.